Hello everyone and welcome to the Sacred Pathways. If this is your first time checking this channel out, we're blessed to have you here. My name is Terry and I narrate the stories of near-death experiences, past life memory, also known as pre-birth experience to mysterious spiritual encounters all around the world. In the hopes of bringing inspirations and understanding of spiritual life beyond this. Our videos offers a glimpse of what lies beyond. And it offers a gift of knowledge to knowing there is more than just this life and we live on spiritually. If you enjoy these videos, please consider clicking the like, subscribe and bell icon to be notified of new content. Doing so is free and it does help the channel grow. We are very appreciative of all your support. If you would like to reach out and share your experience, we welcome the pleasure to do so. You may email us at thesacredpathways@gmail.com. To my return viewers, relax, get cozy and enjoy today's narration.
It happened one bright sunshiny day in the summer of 1973, explained Ben Brewer of North Carolina. He and his friend Tammy had decided to run the rapids in the Smokey Mountains, part of the river that runs behind an old Cherokee, North Carolina. Both had been smoking pot and were easily bored. Their decision to run the knee-high rapids meant that they had to start at the beginning of the rock incline, run down about 20 feet, and start skiing barefooted until they reached the moss beds. The sport could have been great fun, but not on this trip. We smoked another joint and then headed toward the rapids. Tammy begins laughing, and the next thing I know we're overtaken by laughter. The giggling stops as we're swept off our feet and dragged downriver. Tammy cries out, "Ben, I can't swim. I'm drowning." I feel powerless because I can't get to her and I'm yelling, "Hang on, don't panic," when I take a tremendous mouthful of water. Without any warning, time, as I know it, stops. The water has a golden glow and I find myself just floating as without gravity, feeling very warm and comfortable. I'm floating in a vertical position with my arms outstretched and my head laying on my left shoulder. I feel totally at peace and full of serenity in this timeless space. Next, I go through a past life review. It was like looking at a very fast slideshow of my past life, and I do mean fast, like seconds. I don't quite understand the significance of all the events that were shown to me, but I'm sure there is some importance. When this ended, it was as if I was floating very high up and looking down at a funeral. Suddenly I realized that I was looking at myself in a casket. I saw myself dressed in a black tux with a white shirt and a red rose on my left lapel. Standing around me were my immediate family and significant friends. Then, as if some powerful force wrapped around me, I was thrust out of the water, gasping for air. There was Tammy within arm's reach. I grabbed her by the back of her hair and I was able to get us both over to the rocks and out of the water. After lying on the rocks for a while, I glance over at Tammy and it's like looking at a ghost. As she describes what she went through, it became apparent that we both had the same experience underwater: the golden glow, the serenity, seeing our lives flash before us, floating over a funeral, and seeing ourselves in a casket. That is the only time we ever talked about it. I haven't seen or talked with her since. For the next 11 years, I tried practically every drug in the universe in an attempt to recapture the euphoria of his near-death experience, but to no avail. All I found was loneliness, prisons, and a failed marriage. I entered a treatment center for drug and alcohol abuse in December 1984 and has been in various stages of recovery ever since. Finally, I was able to find a counselor who knew something about the phenomenon he had experienced, and she put him in touch with a near-death researcher. I told my story, then quickly disappeared, unable to face the truth of what he had been through. It wasn't until 1993, after suppressing the aftereffects of my experience for a total of 20 years, that I found myself flat on my back because of a work-related injury and with no choice but to surrender. My life started changing right then, and I can't stop it, so I'm opening up my heart and my soul to see where this takes me. I am now in nurses training, determined to repay society for my previous mistakes and to help heal people. My youth was wrapped around horrific incidents of child abuse and abandonment. I grew up thinking I was unlovable and bad. My near-death experience so challenged this distorted self-image that, although I wanted the euphoria back, I could not accept the rest of it. Confused and frightened by the incident, I flung himself into a seemingly endless nightmare of self-destruction. None of the drugs worked, I confessed. They couldn't even come close to matching my near-death experience. Later, I was stunned to learn that many of the problems I had afterward are in fact typical after-effects of the phenomenon. I thought it was all me. I never made the connection between my experience and why I felt so lost. It took getting injured at work before I stopped trying to run away and just relaxed and let all that love and joy back and the golden glow. I had no choice, really. I had to accept the truth that there is a power in me, and I can use it to help others. I really enjoyed Ben's story, and thank you for your courage for sharing and overcoming the obstacles that was thrown at you. We greatly appreciate it very much. What did you think about Ben's experience? He overcome some of the hardest obstacles in life and then had the courage to share his story. God bless you, Ben. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to click the subscribe icon below, as it helps the channel grow. Thanks for stopping by and have a blessed day.